Well, hi everyone. Okay, so this is a little bit different. So what I'm going to be showing you in this YouTube tutorial, YouTube video, is things that you already most likely have in your drawers or in your workplace, at your workstation, in your salons, whatever you want to call it. So what we've done is we've basically gone through the fashion runway, like colors. What are the leading colors at the moment? What's on the catwalks in Europe, for the fall season? And we've found that we have a number of colors that are just perfect. So what I've done is I've put together a little bit of a video that's going to basically show you our colors, which ones they are. And, side by side, we've included some of the runway images so that you can see what's basically, right up there with Vogue and Valentino and all the rest of it. And then I've swatched them for you. So in case you don't have them, you'll be able to see what they look like when you apply them. We've covered Luxio and options. So the colors are very similar, slight difference. I've also swatched them at the end using matte on and also shine on. So you'll see the difference between the high shine and the matte finish. So yeah, pretty cool. And something you probably already have. Okay, so stay tuned. Okay, so for the first color I'm swatching for you today is Destiny. It's a Luxio color, and as you can see, it's a really rich, deep blue. So glides on beautifully. It has got a very, very, very slight translucent effect with the first coat. But once you get to the second coat, which you will see, it's completely, opaque, full coverage. So a beautiful, pigmented, super easy to apply blue, navy blue. So here's the second coat, and you'll see how it applies and how solid the finish is. And of course, it gets even deeper with the second coat. So, absolutely stunning. And that is Destiny color. For those who don't know the difference between options and Luxio, pretty much they're both a gel polish application. So one's in a pot and one's in a bottle. Options is slightly thicker in consistency, still just as creamy and just as easy to apply. You don't need a lot of product when you're applying options. And this color here, very similar to Destiny, but it almost has a really very slight, like, rich green tinge to it. So it's very hard to see in the video, but when you're actually looking at the color in the pot, you can almost see like there's a little bit of a, you know, almost like a bit of a green. You can actually see it in the lid. There you go. That's probably a little bit easier to try and explain it. 2 coats, completely opaque, beautiful color. So that is our French blue. Okay, so the next color I'm swatching for you is our Luxio Plush. This is one of my favorites. It's a beautiful color. Again, as you can see, the consistency is very opaque, very creamy. This is 1 coat, so you'll see what it looks like with 2 coats. With Luxio and with options, if you give it a couple of seconds before you put it in the lamp, they both will self-level as well. So this is the 2nd coat, so fully opaque. The colors are super pigmented. So you'll see, you get the full coverage on these particular colors. Just beautiful. So that's our plush. The next color I'm going to show you is Berry Truffle. So again, highly pigmented, super easy to apply. As you can see, the amount that I've got on my brush. Now, this is quite a large tip. It's you know, probably a lot bigger than a standard nail. So, you know, you do not need a lot. I'm going in slow motion so you can see the color. I don't normally work that slow. But I want to be able to stretch it out and show you that you're still getting a beautiful coverage. You saw the amount of polish that I put on my brush, or that I picked up on my brush, and that's 1 coat. And there you go. So for the 2nd coat, again, you don't need a lot of product, and it just glides on. So you get a full opaque finish with both of these. They're both, all of these Luxio and options colors are soak off. So you can soak them off in 10 minutes, same way you soak off any gel polish. What else can I tell you? So I will tell you that all of our products are manufactured in Canada. And there's more to tell you, but let me just tell you about this color first. So this is Pout, a Luxio color. And again, creamy, opaque, highly pigmented. And you'll see from the first coat the coverage that you'll get from this color. So this is Pout. Just goes on like a dream. There you go. And for the 2nd coat, a nice solid, like a rose pink. It's kind of like one of those medium, you know, colors. Okay, and the next one I'm going to show you is our options color, Wild Rose. So again, take note of how much product I'm putting on my brush for a decent size tip, as I explained before. Super pigmented, as you can see clearly in the video. Opaque, first coat, complete coverage. So, you know, always with these kind of colors, the 2nd coat is optional. But I always go in for a 2nd coat anyway, but yeah, you can get away with 1 coat. Also, all of our products are cruelty-free. They're vegan. They're HEMA-free, super important. 100% gel. So they're not a hybrid. There's no solvents. They're 100% gel. So there you go. And the last color I'm swatching for you, or the last 2 colors I'm swatching for you, is our Luxio Composed. So this is kind of like it's sort of a light grey, but it's not too light. The second coat, it'll come up a little bit richer in tone, but fairly light. Again, full coverage on one coat, as you can see. And for the second coat, it just basically just deepens it ever so slightly. Opaque, creamy, and as I mentioned, I think a few times, self-leveling if you give it a couple of seconds before you put it in the light. So that is our Composed. Our next product is Shadow Grey. So options, Shadow Grey. And again, this is full coverage. Also probably a little bit deeper, or definitely a little bit deeper than our Composed in colour, but just slightly. It's not a huge, massive difference, but yeah, there is definitely a difference. So beautiful coverage on one coat, full coverage again, totally optional as to whether you want to go with a second coat, but you will get, you know, a nice, even first coat for your first application, for your first coat application. I'm repeating myself. Okay, second coat. You'll see the difference. Ever so slight difference. So 2 coats just makes it that little bit more solid. So they're our, well, they're 4 of our four shades of what is now on the runways in Europe, as in color-wise. So what is trending at the moment. So most likely you've got one of these in your drawer, so or in your salon. So dig them out because yeah, as you can see, they're beautiful colors. I hope you enjoyed that. All right, take care.